I think you can go.
What?
Yeah.
I was waiting for the cue from you.
Well, it's kind of hard to do a cue when the way it loads up.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pablo, aka the Bearded Poseida, aka the eighth belly of the world, aka I tied of those AKAs with Pablo. It's your boy Best Friend, aka the Colonizer, aka your mama's favorite boy toy, aka the A mic, because I am the mic on this mic, not the one that Phil's on now with his lips real close to it, but that mic.
No, not this one. This is nah. Anyway, I'll be the co-host this week.
That's it?
Yeah. This week I'll be P Dot.
P Dot the co-host?
P Dot the co-host. AKA Carby P, because I'm all about the dough. Let's go.
I saw a video about carving them up. He's like, we will carve you up. How ironic is that?
That's ironic, right? Hey, look at Beth Phoenix. She's back and she's kind of chubby. Okay.
Hasn't she always been chubby for like
last year? No. I mean, she has a mom bod, but that's okay.
Definitely has a mom bod. So what brings us here today, P Dot?
Well, it is another special New Year's Day this time. You know, we got a lot of criticism about the Boxing Day episode.
What?
People felt we didn't give enough information on Boxing Day, and a lot of folks have said, it was they didn't learn anything.
So did you bring anything on that? It's funny because I was going to bring the Webster Dictionary version of Boxing Day just for the people that didn't really learn anything or do anything. But then I was like, why pull a Band-Aid off an old wound? Why bring that back? Right?
I mean, you can always recap. Just recap.
I thought it was a good episode. I think that, I think it was good.
Okay.
What did you think?
I thought it went pretty well. For the first time out, I think it went well. Yeah. According to Wikipedia, just for those folks who wanted to know, Boxing Day is a holiday celebrated after Christmas Day, occurring on the second day of Christmastide, the 26th of December. Though it originated as a holiday to give gifts to the poor, today Boxing Day is primarily known as a shopping holiday. It originated in Great Britain and is celebrated in a number of countries that previously formed part of the British Empire. The attached holiday, bank holiday, or public holiday may take place on the 28th of December, if necessary, to ensure it falls on a weekday. Boxing Day is also concurrent with the Catholic holiday Saint Stephen's Day.
How ironic. Saint. You're a saint, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a Saint Andrew.
So Saint Andrew and Saint Steve, yes. Any relation?
Not at all.
You sure?
I'm pretty certain.
Because they say a lot of us are related somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I'm sure. We're all the human race. We're all related.
Well, I read a thing saying that all people with blue eyes are related. They have the same ancestors somewhere down the line.
Oh, really? That's how it works? Okay.
Yeah, I have blue eyes.
Oh, really?
So maybe me and Saint Francis or Saint Andrew or Saint whoever out there might be related.
Maybe.
We could be related. You kind of do look like you could have that Eminem beard if you actually grew, had some hair on your face.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Anyway, so on Boxing Day just seems to be a Cyber Monday after Christmas, is what it sounds like to me.
Or it's for the, you know what? It sounds just like the side chick day. So if you get, if you can't really see your side chick on Christmas Day to give her a gift, she gets it on Boxing Day.
Yeah,
which is probably where the name came from, because
you get in the box.
Yeah, exactly.
What if you got a dick in the box? Would it be a dick in the box day?
I'm sure it is that too. I'm sure.
Sure.
Pretty sure.
So for me, my interpretation is, hey, this is the first day of shopping after Christmas to prepare for next year,
So you
or
get
to get anything on
discounts.
sale that you might need
Right.
for this year.
Exactly.
If
Get
you
the
got some
discounts.
gift cards for Christmas, tomorrow is the next day that you want to use them.
There you go. Or return the stuff. I think
So
no, I was gonna
it
say I
sounds
think
like
that's the
it's a
biggest return day.
yeah, it sounds like it's a retail holiday scam because they're trying to get you to shop the day after and spend money.
Instead of returning all the stuff you didn't want.
Right. Now, I have a retail background, so I know that on average, people spend 8 times what's on their gift card when they use it. So if you have a $5 gift card, you're usually spending about $40 to use that gift card, which makes sense. So it sounds like this
Smart
is just
move.
a big scam on the retail side of it.
That's a very smart move. Huh.
See, you didn't even know that. Look, and you're one
No.
of those people. You look like that person who gets a $10 gift card and buys a $1,000 MacBook.
No.
And then you're like,
What
hey,
was the point?
babe, I got this gift card real quick, $10 off. And she's like, it's $1,000. That doesn't mean shit. And you're like, but it's $10 off.
Yeah, I do tend to use cheap, smaller gift cards for bigger items. That is, yeah. Saving on text is a big thing.
That's why you go out of town to shop?
No.
That's because you don't leave that damn dungeon you have in the basement.
Exactly. There you go. I have everything here I need, and then there's no COVID in here that I know of. So,
you could be the COVID.
I could be.
You are pretty toxic.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, now that we cleared up the whole
Boxing Day situation, yes.
Boxing Day situation that you fucked up.
Yep. It's okay. I was a little nervous, the first time out.
We all get nervous at first. I'm sure your first for other things you were pretty nervous too. Couldn't perform. I basically, I'll take credit for having to carry you for your first time, Phil.
Exactly. That's all. I just need to get a couple episodes under my belt. I'll be good to go.
Yeah, it's just like everything in life. You get a couple times on your belt and you go from 2 minutes to maybe 10 minutes. You just got to have confidence in yourself.
Exactly.
Now the problem arises when you have about 300 times under your belt and you're still going for 2 minutes, Phil. That then becomes a problem that you might want to look in the mirror and say, what can I do?
Well, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I'll talk to the doctor and see what they say.
They got pills.
Yeah, I know.
Ask Pablo. He takes them.
Question: what is if you had to sell a product that you use regularly, right? Do you think you could? Like, could you vouch for a product that you use all the time, or you think you could sell it to someone?
So your question is, can I endorse a product?
Yeah. Is there any product you use regularly that you would actually endorse to someone else?
Just my cologne.
Which is?
The Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio.
So if someone came and said, hey, what's a good cologne for me?
Yeah.
That's what you recommend?
I've actually been out at the bars in different places. I actually had true story. I never make up stories on these things. So I was actually at Cancun Cantina. Not sure if you know what that is or where that is.
Yeah, I'm sure. I do.
So one of the hottest girls working, I walked up and was like, are you wearing Aqua D? And I'm like, why, yes, I am. And she was like, I'll take my panties off for Aqua D. And I'm like, well, yes, you can. But that true story. So like, I get a lot of compliments on that. That's the only thing that, I'm not into technology like you. So there's no product like that I would have.
Right.
So.
Wow. Huh. I think wow. Huh. I didn't expect that. I thought you were gonna say maybe your phone. So.
Yeah, again, I'm not into technology like you. So for me, it's one of those things like I don't endorse Apple, I don't endorse Samsung. I could give a fuck less. As long as I can text message, I'm happy with give me an old. I remember when I had the flip phone and you had to hit like 4 times to get to whatever letter
you want. Yep.
I was so good at it that I would literally be able to drive and not look at my phone and know that I had to hit 4 times. So as long as I can send text messages, I don't need any technology piece of product like you. Like I'm sure you'll endorse every camera, Apple product.
No, I mean it's you would think so, But if we talking about a product that I use daily that I would recommend or suggest, would probably be an Alexa device. Yeah, it'd probably be an Alexa device.
I hardly use my Alexa devices.
Really? You see now? See, I don't know. I become kind of dependent on it. So when we first moved here, we didn't have any hooked up. So I'm walking into rooms and I'm still expecting to say, blank, like turn lights on or whatever, and to not have that it felt kind of weird. I have to continuously walk over to turn light on and things like that. Yeah, as well as like cameras, like security camera type things, like the Ring cam and things like that. I'd recommend that also because it's really convenient to see who's at the door or when the
But
if
see,
the
I've actually been having problems with Ring to where I want to say fuck Ring cameras because like I have mine set up out front, but there's times that a truck 60 feet in front of my house drives by and it picks that up. But then there's times that all I see is my neighbor getting out of their car, but it didn't pick up their car pulling up. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it half-asses the shit. So if Ring's listening, fuck you. Give me my money back that I pay a year for your subscription, or give me a better camera.
now you see, I don't know. It's weird. I've yet to have an issue with it at all.
Well, you
And
probably
I
have like the
two.
$1,000 version of Ring.
Oh no. No, I have both of mine were $99.
Yeah, but other than that, like
the Wi-Fi, it's as long as you set it up to what's the word I'm looking for? As long as you set up the parameters to where you want,
right.
where it won't be triggered by the street or by people walking by. I have mine just set just to come up to the front door. So once you get within
But see,
2 feet,
I adjusted mine because I wanted mine to be set to where I could pick up my car in case somebody tried to break into my car. So I set mine a little bit further. But literally, I'll look at my phone and I'll have like 290 notifications a day from Ring alone, where like the littlest things have set it off. Yeah. But then sometimes it goes into like sleep mode, I guess, to where the stuff I want to see. So like, I don't know if you remember, I think it was like last year, some dude tried to run up in my house, some crackhead, junkie, whatever, running from the police. So this shit picks me up coming and going to work every day, picks Junior up coming home from school. This motherfucker pulls up in front of my house, tries to run up in my house, doesn't pick anything up. I'm like, really? Like the one fucking thing, the police was like, can I see the video? And I'm like, yeah, let me pull it up. I got this real nice Ring camera.
They were like, yeah. Like you lied.
Right. They're like, my word against his at this point.
Man, you can't see the comments. You can't see the comments, right?
I can. So I actually prepared. So I actually got a second device today.
Oh, nice.
For reading the comments.
Nice. Okay, good.
Yeah, I see your scarf is your scarf is pretty popular today.
Yeah. Apparently, it's being called an ascot.
An ascot.
Ascot, yes. Like Fred used to wear on the on Scooby-Doo.
It's funny that she calls it an ascot because most of the time she calls me an ass hat. So you have an ascot, I'm an ass hat. I think she just tries to take the word, twist the letters around, and see how many words she can make out of it. It's like that word scramble game or whatever. So anyway, so what brings us here? So what brings us here today is because I know it's new year, new me, new episodes. But the big story of the day.
Yes, and we wanted to, we'll be back to regularly scheduled program next week, but we had to cover this due to, the
breaking news severity.
Yeah, pretty much breaking news. Yeah, pretty much.
So the biggest story, Betty White said, fuck 2022. I'm not going into that shit. Or what she said was, I don't want to ruin your plans next year and I don't want to be the big story. So I'm checking out before 2022 checks in. So rest in peace, Betty White.
She will be missed.
She will. Yeah. Like I definitely thought this woman was going to live forever. I thought like she was invincible and all the stuff that she's done over the years. And it's funny because obviously you can tell by the picture, if people can't see, it's a white woman. Just helping people out there in case they're listening and they can't see the actual video.
Well, her name's not Betty Black, so come on.
Is that why her name's white? Because she's white, Phil?
I don't know. You know, back then last names were, meant something. But go ahead.
But it's crazy because if you look at Betty White, she wasn't an A-list actor. She wasn't a big pop star musician. She wasn't a president. She wasn't anything really important to what society standards are nowadays. So if you're not Drake, if you're not president, if you're not, Michael Jackson, whatever the case might be, then you're just usually just out of whatever. But I feel like the world, the masses of all races and age groups are actually posting about Betty White because everybody seems to have loved Betty White.
Yeah, she was like everyone's grandma.
Right. She was like, yeah exactly. Like she was like, it didn't matter what color you were. It just, everybody's like, oh shit, Betty White died. Like literally, like I was at work and I brought it up and I was the only white person there. And everybody's like, oh fuck, are you serious? Like people like younger, like stupid ass millennials are like, damn, really?
Yep. I'll
So
tell you.
she's definitely had a career that has impacted the world and every race in it. Which, speaking of race, brings me to a interesting story that I read about her. So I didn't know like the level of fame or severity or how serious she had her own like Betty White show back in like the 50s or so, somewhere around there, 40s, 50s. And so she got canceled. I guess she was one of the first people that cancel culture got without not even realizing. Like in today's standards, I'm wondering if people would actually defend her or cancel her just for whatever she might have done. Now, I'll tell you the story of what she did to get canceled then, but being how the people love her now and everybody's like, oh my God, Betty White, whatever. Like, I'm wondering if she could get away with certain stuff and not be canceled because of who she was, or if cancel culture would just be like, fuck it, we don't care who she is. Like, we got to cancel her anyway, which would be.
So wait a minute, was her show canceled because of something she did on the show?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
So the story is, so Betty White brought a African-American man on her show to be a guest. And this is back in the day where that shit just didn't happen. People didn't believe in it. We had segregation, racism, whatever the case might be. So Betty gets a lot of heat for it and then comes out and says, basically, in so many words, fuck you. It's my show. Get over it. And when the get over it part is an exact quote. But I paraphrased the whole fuck you piece. So then Betty White does it again, brings the same guy back and gives him more TV time. And then that's when everybody was like, nope, she got to go.
Wow. Yeah, it turns out that his name was Arthur Duncan.
Right.
Was the African-American guy.
So Betty White was far ahead of her time when it comes to, trying to break down the color barriers and break down the walls and, kind of get rid of or end some of this racism and segregation back in the day. And she was willing to risk her career and get her show canceled for it. So for that, I applaud Betty White for trying to do what she did and taking a stand and just saying, fuck you, get over it to the fans.
Wow. That is a new one to me.
See, there you go. Like you learn something like who's smarter than best friend? See?
We'll be finding out soon.
And then so I went ahead and obviously you get intrigued by things. Everybody and their mother's posting things, posting memes, posting fun facts, whatever the case might be. So I did not know that Betty White was married 3 times.
Okay, so this is what intrigues me. So, were any of these people famous that she was married to?
Yeah, so she married one guy. I think it was like 1945. They were married about 4 months. And then she moved to like some farm out some Midwest country or county or state, whatever. And then got divorced 4 months later, moved back to Hollywood. And then 49, she got married. 47, she got married again, 1947. She was married for 2 years. She divorced him because the guy made her quit show business. So divorced him. So she was married 2 years for him. And then there was a game show host. She was on a game show and wind up marrying the host of the game.
Host of the game.
Which is ironic because the
Talk about
first
job
two marriages,
security.
they both made her move away from Hollywood and quit show business. So if she would have stayed married to any one of them, we wouldn't even know who Betty White is today.
Wow. Huh.
So see how like I'm a firm believer in things happen for a reason and things like that. So she got married and divorced for a reason because, you know, Betty White, without her getting divorced, she would have never been in Golden Girls. She would have never been your friend or my friend or Blue's Clues friends.
She was in Blue's Clues?
I don't know, but they have friends too.
Oh, okay. About to say.
and without Betty White being my friend, I wouldn't be best friend.
Oh, that's where the name comes from. Good point.
See, Betty White's my best friend. Which, ironically, if we're talking about Golden Girls, I did also find out. I did a little fact checking here, just in case C. Dot is listening. I did some work. I did some background stuff because I don't want to depend on Phil to always be the fact checker. So Betty White auditioned to be Blanche on Golden Girls and not the role that she played.
Really?
So she would have been. Can you imagine Betty White being on Golden Girls?
Would you really call Blanche really be considered a quote whore?
I'm pretty sure I've seen episodes where they've all called her basically a whore. I think the word was a whore. I think they could use the word whore. The one in the middle, whatever her name is in the front right there, I'm pretty sure she's called Blanche a whore numerous times on the show.
So let me see if I remember correctly. So Betty is Rose. Blanche is in the pink. Dorothy. Which one was Dorothy? Is Dorothy?
I think Dorothy was the daughter in the front.
And Samantha? Was this Samantha?
I don't know. I can't remember the mom.
I can't remember their name. But yeah, freaking hilarious. I don't know. She called Blanche a whore all the time. But
yeah, exactly. Maybe
she was jealous.
Betty White's image being, being called a whore. Like, you can't call Betty White a whore.
And I guarantee if she would have had that role, she wouldn't have been loved as much as she is. Guarantee.
Right, yeah.
I think everyone loved Rose because she was so sweet and innocent.
Exactly. She was the sweet, ditzy person that everybody's like, oh, she's so gullible. She's so naive. She's so this.
Yeah, no one really praises Rue McClanahan like that. Rue McClanahan was the one that played Blanche.
Yeah. So now they're having their own family reunion up there in wherever they might be, purgatory. Right now they're having a Golden Girls reunion.
Purgatory.
I don't know. I don't know where they could be. They could be heaven, hell, purgatory. Look at all them photos you got.
There she is in Mama's Family.
Bro, Mama's Family. Like, it's funny because she wears this wig in Mama's Family and she portrays a grandmother and like she's old.
And then she really wasn't.
She wasn't. She was like 30 years old playing like a 60-some-year-old woman.
But on Golden Girls, like the mom, she wasn't as old as she portrayed to be either, which I was really shocked about.
She was she looked like she was 100.
She was old, but she wasn't that old.
Well, if you're 70 and you're acting like you're 80, it's the same thing. But when you're 30 or so and you're portraying it like you're 65, that's a different type of acting there. Because like, look at her face. You can just tell, like, I used to watch interviews with her because my grandmother loved that show, like Golden Girls, and that show there too. It was like hilarious. But can you imagine, like, these shows can't be on TV anymore?
You mean because the jokes?
Yeah, because they're on, what is that, Nick at Night or whatever they are, the rerun show, whatever that is.
Was it Nick at Night? Yes,
TV
it would be
at
Nick at Night.
Whatever. But there's something that they replay on that's the Golden Girls is still on all the time.
And you can watch it on Hulu.
Yeah, but like imagine the one, like this show right now that's on, what was the name of it?
Which one?
The one that the picture's up of.
Mama's Family.
Mama's Family couldn't be on. If you think about it, In the Heat of the Night couldn't be on because that dealt with a lot of racism, as far as the police force. Sanford and Son couldn't be on.
Definitely.
What was that one where he used to call his son Meathead, called him a big dummy?
All in the Family.
All in the Family would have got canceled.
They would be,
because he used to say some racist shit.
Yeah.
On that show, and I'm like, how the hell? Like, now you look back at it and you're like, how the hell is that possible? Like,
it sucks. It sucks when you think about it. Like, so I'm guessing there were no black folks working at these television stations back then or something. Like, crazy to me.
Well, obviously there were. I just think it was limited amounts, and I think that probably back then you had to have a in somehow to be in, basically. But like, I used to, can you imagine, Sanford and Son, like if they remade that now, like it would be so watered down. Like it'd be one of those things I wouldn't want to see remade or redone. Like there's just certain things you can't redo that you don't touch and fuck up. Like nobody could ever play Fred Sanford or, get away with saying this stuff on, I don't even know what network television show would pick that up and allow it. It'd have to go on cable or some shit. And then at that point, what would cancel culture do if it took some of the same storylines from then and tried to play them now?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what, and that's why I think things like, I don't know, and not like Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live used to be, on the edge. But now I'm sure that it's probably died down a bit, and it's probably a little bland now. I haven't watched it in a good while, but I'm pretty sure they're really careful with what they say, especially being NBC.
Right. I think I remember watching Saturday Night Live when I was little, like I don't know, 10 years old or somewhere. Like I was a teenager or whatever, and like some of the stuff that they would say or do, I'm like, man, you would think it was hilarious and like over the top. But now it's like one of those things, like the slightest little thing, and like the network's being fined, and you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say the word shit on radio without the FCC fining somebody or you getting fired over the S word.
Well, you said on the radio. Well, I mean,
I'm just saying things like that. Like
I was about to say XM radio. Yes.
Yeah. Bro, XM radio, I listen to XM radio all the time. And some of the stuff I'm like, man, what the hell?
Yeah. I don't listen. They say everybody talks about Howard Stern on there, but I'm sure he's a lot worse now. But I haven't listened to him on XM radio, so I don't know. I don't know.
He's been on XM radio for like 10 years, Phil.
Yeah, I know. But I haven't listened to it. And look, I get 6-minute drive to work. What do I got time to listen to?
Your heartbeat.
That's it. That's it.
So I used to, it's funny you bring up Howard Stern. So I used to he used to have a show that came on, and I used to watch the show all the time. And like literally
on E?
Yeah. Like it was like he literally would have famous people come in, and he would have this Sibian set up as like a damn a wooden horse in the middle of the room that had attachments that you put different dildos on, and he would just try to get whatever famous person he could to sit on it and ride the dildo. And like it used to be hilarious because like people would do it. Like, who goes to Howard Stern today and says, I think I'm going to sit on a dildo if he asks me.
Maybe we should pull that top, start doing that.
Yeah, and like I actually saw an episode. So it's funny because just recently I rewatched an episode that had Vince McMahon on it, and so for the people out there that don't know, C-Dot about wrestling, Vince McMahon owns the WWE, WWF, whatever the case might be. Complete asshole, super egotistical, super alpha, super asshole, super whatever you want to call him. He's like the top dog. Like, people like piss their pants when Vince McMahon walks in the room out of fear because they're so worried about their job. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you can't even sneeze around him. If he's eating and you sneeze around him, then you're probably gonna get fired.
Fired. Like, people tell stories all the time to where like if you sneeze in the room, like you're not allowed to sneeze around Vince McMahon without being in some type of trouble. Like, people fear for their jobs over that. So knowing that about him, I'm like, oh, let me see what Howard Stern gets him into. Vince sat there like literally like not Vince McMahon. Like, he was basically nervous, not confident, not like the asshole, cocky, arrogant, controlling person that he is on the show, which kind of really threw me off. So, he talked a little bit about his father owning the business and, how his dad would have never sold him the business if he knew Vince was going to buy everybody out, put everybody out of business, things like that. But it was just funny to see how he was a complete 180 of himself, how people know he is versus how he was with Howard Stern.
Do you think that people confused? I mean, how do you think he is? Like, do you think he's really that way, or you think it's just a character?
No, I think he's 100% a piece of shit asshole.
Wow.
It's just everything. People don't make up these stories. Like, even when people, I think people make up stories in general, but you're not getting 1,000,001 stories that all say the same thing about the person and not be true. You might get one disgruntled employee that leaves and says, hey, you know what? Phil's a piece of shit. Okay, I can believe one person if they say Phil's a piece of shit. But when you have thousands of people that have met you all say, hey, this guy's a hardcore asshole that you're not allowed to sneeze around. Like, sneezing is a natural thing. Like, he most rather you or your head explode versus sneezing around him. Like, Google it. I've read stories about when like people tell stories about sneezing around Vince. But he's looking rough right now. You put that video up. You put that picture up.
Yeah, he's looking. Yeah, the comments is
rough.
According to the comments, C Dot knows who Vince McMahon is. She said she knows men with power.
Oh, so she knows white men with power.
Yeah,
with money.
So she probably doesn't know Vince Russo. Probably doesn't know
Tony Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff.
Oh, Eric Bischoff. There's so many.
Bischoff.
Ironic. I just saw a video with Eric Bischoff in it yesterday. How ironic.
I know, right?
That you're messing up the whole thing, Phil. This is supposed to be like
that should be the transition. I mean,
that would have been hilarious if that was the opening.
I mean, you want me to pull it?
Yeah. So is this the whole one, or you got the partial one?
No. This is the one that you saw.
So do we ruin it? Because I don't want to ruin it for C-Dot.
Oh.
I'd much rather her experience everything that we have to offer
at one time.
At one time.
Okay. We'll hold it. I'll hold it.
It's not like, I know she's had some fat, shitty, bullshit boyfriends in life that probably given her just a little bit of what's expected to be a good time. I don't want to remind her of that. So I want to give her the full impact and surprise of really being pleased with effort.
Gotcha.
right? I don't want to ever disappoint C Dot. Like, who wants to disappoint her? Like, she's the A
Not
mic of
I.
the show.
Not I.
Yeah, I
Not
don't want to
I.
disappoint her. She yells at me all the time. Well, funny thing, she hurt my feelings yesterday too. So fuck her if she's listening.
She hurt you.
You know, we probably, you know, with our millions and millions of fans. So, you know, based off our show last week, my Instagram actually, I had to stop it. I had to deactivate my Instagram and Twitter account and Facebook account because it was flooded with so many positive reviews about the show. I couldn't even take any more DMs.
Wow. That was
There was so much positive feedback from it, right? So me and C-Dot are having a conversation yesterday, and this woman, we'll call her a woman, basically told me her life would be better off without me in it.
Mm.
Isn't that mean?
That's hurtful.
That is hurtful.
Really hurtful.
Even for best friend who doesn't have a heart, it kind of touched me a little bit, like the Grinch. Like, you know, my heart might be that big, but you know, it hurt a little bit. How would you feel if somebody said, actually, you bring nothing to my life, and my life would probably be better if you weren't in it? And then I'm trying to defend myself and bring up all these great things and moments in life and history that we've been a part of. And she basically treated me like I had alopecia.
Ooh. Wait, is something wrong? Is there something wrong with folks with alopecia, or is it?
No, I'm just saying, like, my hair is good. Look, you know, I got a hairline. I don't know what's going on. Like, why is she so mean to me?
Maybe it's a race thing. Not a race thing, right?
I wouldn't hope it's a race. She's, you know, she knows white men with power. So at this point, I would have. She slept with white men. She knows who Vince McMahon is. So I don't think it's a race thing. You think she doesn't like me?
I don't know. Maybe we'll yeah. Let's raise that question in the next episode.
So, you know, being the consummate professionals that we are, Phil Roy, me and you, before the show started, we did a what do we call that? A production meeting?
Yep.
You know, we a little bit of talk back forth, whatever the case might be.
Yep.
And you know, just to prepare, because you know we don't want to ever disappoint C-Dot. But at the end of the day, I think she should be proud of us, right?
I think so.
You know, we're trying to carry on her legacy and what her dream is.
Right. They birthed something special.
They birthed something, and what they birthed was us. And whether we're two defects or whatever they want to call us, you know, it is what it is at this point. They're like two parents that have to take responsibility for the two fuck nuts that they brought onto the planet.
It's too late to turn back.
Too late to turn back now. So it is what it is. You get what you get at this point, right?
You got it.
So you can't.
Don't worry, Mom and Dad. We'll make you proud.
I don't know if I'll make you proud. But at this point, I'm making you wish you never met me or something. So I don't know if that's proud or not, because you're saying how basically your life will be better without me.
I'm sure she said it with love. I'm sure it was, you know, all out of love.
I don't know. Like, I like to push her buttons a lot. Like, I like to, you know, see how many gray hairs I can give her and push that envelope.
Are you looking at the comments?
Let me check this.
Yes. Scarcarigans. Is that what this says?
Scarcarigans.
We do post production now. I mean, well, pre-production.
King Kong's in the group chat.
King Kong is in the building.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That's a direct quote. Oh,
Exactly.
wait a minute. Here we go.
Oh,
What's going on?
What do we have here?
Hello. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh,
hey, how are you?
Well, we have a special guest.
How are you?
We have a special guest this evening. another contestant.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
for the people out there, again, if C-Dot's listening, I had no idea.
It's this is the part of the show where we play Are You Smarter Than Best Friend with a surprise contestant. Surprise contestant, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. You might know me as Angel Wings. I've appeared on Tmoia a couple of times, offered my opinion, argued with this idiot that's on the other side. Best friend.
So just so the people know, I had no idea that Angel Wings was going to be on the show today. This is all another Phil Roy special exclusive.
That's what we do.
This is the effort here that Phil Roy puts in week in and week out to bring the best possible quality show to the YouTube nation.
And this it seems people enjoy this. So yes, we're gonna keep it going. And
first off, before we get into the show, let me tell
the
world that I 100% will spank Angel Wings' ass here. And over the time that I've known her, have I slapped her ass before? I'm pretty sure I probably slapped her or touched her some way inappropriately at some point in our relationship. So again, for people that don't know, I will fucking push the buttons out of Angel Wings every time I see her just to get a fucking rise out of her.
Whatever.
So do you have your thinking cap on?
Give me one second. Give me 30 seconds.
All right.
So Phil, what are these questions about? What's the topic?
No. There ain't no topic. There ain't no cheating. Don't be trying to have your bullshit ass friend C-Dot give you some fucking help and tweet you or text you, whatever you do as far as, trying to get some answers on this shit.
I was talking to Phil, not you.
I'm just letting you know, don't be trying to cheat best friend.
Whatever. Am I to understand these are just random questions that you're
These are random everyday questions that even a best friend should know. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. One sec.
So Angel Wings, just so you know, it's the rules of the game, so and everybody else is you have to answer the first one to answer gets the points, just so you know. Correct. I'm not saying you're stupid. Just want to make sure you know.
There's no buzzing in. It's just the fastest person to respond gets the point. And at the end, there's a mystery prize. So yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Question number 1 this week. To fasten by tying is called what?
A knot.
Incorrect.
Phil, repeat the question because you said to fasten or what?
To fasten by tying is called what?
Wouldn't that be tying?
It's a 4-letter word for fasten by tying.
I don't know. Overthinking it. I'm actually with best friend on this one. I would have said a knot.
Wow. Okay. Well, good thing this is just a testing question. So just a test. It's a 4-letter word. The word is bind. B-I-N-D. Bind. Bind.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Official question.
Okay.
The fleshy back part of the leg behind the knee is called what?
I know it's your MCL, PCL, ACL is all right there in
the
it.
Fleshy back part of the leg below the knee.
We're going to say C-Dot's double chin.
Her double chin is on her leg.
That's what that fatty meat's called.
You said the fleshy back part of the leg below the knee.
Below the knee. Below the knee.
I can come up with.
Oh, you said behind the knee. That's your calf muscle.
I said calf already, sir.
Well, no. If you go back to what he said the fleshy part behind the knee, not below the knee.
Did I say behind?
Yeah,
I'm
she did
sorry.
say
I'm
behind.
sorry. I apologize.
ACL, PCL.
The light in here is kind of low. I apologize.
It's your fucking lighting.
below. It's the below. Okay.
It's
All
a
right.
calf.
Well,
And
I answered the calf.
She did
so-
answer calf. So yes, that's a point for Angel Wings. Fly high.
I feel
Here
like
we
you
go.
Thank
motherfuckers
you.
trying to take best friend out on purpose.
Hot
All
mess.
right. Are you ready? Okay.
Uh-huh.
To comfort in a time of grief or disappointment. is
Console.
called. Ooh, good timing. Good job. Okay. All right. Next. Oh, this is a good one. A video screen used to display information from a computer.
Monitor.
Angel Wings, are you there? Are you there, Angel?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to I'm watching the Golden State Warriors game at the same time, but okay. I'm
Okay.
Bullshit ass basketball team.
Oh, here we go. Number 4. The residue left after something has burned.
ashes.
Good job. All right. She's making a comeback. Number 5. A small stream is what?
Creek. River. Brook.
Good job. Brooke
How many
is the
times do
answer.
you get I was about to say, like how many answers do you get to give?
You can
Do
say as
whatever
many
you
answers
win.
you want until somebody gets it right.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The score right now, if you're keeping
It's 3-2.
it's 3-2 in best friends
Favor.
Yeah. favor. Yes. Okay. So number 6. To turn the computer off and then on again is called.
Power on.
Rebooting.
Power on, power on.
Thank you. Good job, Angel. Okay. That's 3-3. Tied up. Getting scary. Oh, I see the comments is still in the comments. Someone is saying, yes, I said behind it first. Yes, I said behind it first. Okay, for God's sakes, I said behind. Okay.
You trying to fuck me over because I'm white.
All right.
I'm listening.
All right, here we go. Number 7. A place to sit in a restaurant consisting of a table and 2 backed benches.
A booth.
Good job. All right. Number 8. The part of a machine or instrument that displays a measurement is called a what?
Scale.
Incorrect.
Fuck you.
Part. Say it one more time. The part or
The part of a
machine?
machine or instrument that displays a measurement.
I don't know, the screen.
Let me throw a hint in there. Think of an old school TV. What do you call? How do you change the channel?
Analog.
How do you change the channel?
Knob.
What?
Remote.
Dial.
There
Down.
you go, Angel. You got that. Good job. So the score is now 5-3. Best friend, you have to get the next 2 correct to tie. If she gets any of them right, she wins. Don't tell me you're going to be defeated only on the second go around. All right. All right, here we go. What's this? Number 7, number 8. Here we go. A green seed of a plant that has long green pods.
Peace.
A pea.
Oh, wow. Good job. All right. Here we go. Final question. Final question. Ooh, this is final question. So if best friend gets this, it's tied, and he wins by default. Wait, is it?
Because it's my show. And technically, just before we get to the last question that makes it matter, first of all, you fucked me over by changing the question on the back and the bottom. So technically, I should be winning. And then 2, I just had to let Junior in the front door. So I didn't hear the question about the bench. That's why I had to run away. So technically, there's 2 questions there that I got
First
screwed
of
on.
all, the answer was booth, not bench.
I should be spanking your ass right now, Angel Wing.
Whatever.
So if I get this one right, I win. So make it count, Phil Roy.
Here we go. Here we go. Wow. I'm not even gonna do that. To put clothes in a suitcase is
Pack.
to what?
Pack.
Ding, ding, ding.
I
Best friend wins again.
Boom. Don't try to come on my show, Angel Wings, and try to dethrone me for your little best friend, C. Dot. She ain't shit. She ain't smarter than best friend either. Bring her ass on here. Both y'all can come on here together and try to tag team me and still lose the show.
First of all,
Wow.
you didn't even beat me. You tied.
And bring fat ass Pablo with you too. 3-on-1.
Sir, you tied. You didn't beat me. You tied.
Hey,
And then
the tie goes to the
quote,
runner.
unquote,
you ever watch baseball?
And
I
then
know you're home right now watching
quote, unquote,
basketball.
your show, you win by default. You didn't beat me. That would require you to actually answer more questions correctly than me.
Okay, Phil,
All
let's do
I
a
keep
tiebreaker.
hearing is a whole bunch of excuses and
Okay.
whatnot.
Do you want to go for tiebreaker, Angel?
Y'all need to hurry up because I'm supposed to be canoodling with my husband.
Yeah.
Tell him we said hello. Okay.
Yeah, tell him that you're playing with best friend.
Here we go. Okay, let's do a tiebreaker. Brock just got spared through the barricade. Here is a tiebreaker question. A person who installs water pipes and repairs them
Plumber.
is a profession.
A plumber.
Wow, okay.
Boom!
There we
Boom!
go.
I gave you an extra shot and still spanked your ass. You like it when daddy spanks you, don't you, Angel Wings?
I like it when my husband spanks me.
Ooh, freaky. Does he wear his Timbs?
Oh my gosh. Hopefully he can't hear this.
He's
Look,
sitting right here.
Oh my gosh.
for all the millions and millions of people watching the YouTube right now, I didn't want to leave any doubt in the mind that I won this. So I gave her the option to go for extra question, and daddy spanked her again like always. So don't come on my show. Anybody out there in YouTube, whatever, universe, whatever you want to call it. But I do appreciate Angel Wing stopping by. I didn't know she was coming. So I'm sure if I'm wondering if C-Dot knew.
No one knew. It's always going to be a surprise.
Well, you got to think that Angel Wing's C-Dot's best friend, so she might have told her she was coming on.
Oh, no. There was no time for that. Trust me.
Oh, it was a surprise.
It was a surprise. Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Angel Wings. And tell your husband,
You're welcome,
go say
sir.
what is up.
We'll send you a hero cookie. Sister gotta be out. The Hubs is calling. Thanks so much. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like the ratings right now are going through the roof. Like Pablo and C-Dot should be hailing us right now saying, these two fucking fuck nuts. These two degenerates. These two.
Pablo
whatever.
says he's thick, not fat.
If I was a guy, I wouldn't use the word thick about my waist or my body size unless it's a different appendix part of my body, not my love handles, the body rolling area.
But he didn't say exactly what part he was referring to when he said thick. So who knows? Could be.
One day, maybe he'll step up to the challenge. But right now I'm not willing to accept his challenge because he's not on my level to be on the game show. So he's got to get there first. He's got to prove that he's worthy enough to play Are You Smarter Than Best Friend?
I can't wait for that day. Man.
I thought the game show got canceled last week, but I was surprised that you brought it back.
Why would it be come on? Why would it be
Just saying.
There's a rating spike every time we do that part. So,
This is my Blue City crackhead cup that, when the guys are getting high and everything, they just drink their tea out of their cup.
I thought you were gonna say that's what the cup they hold out to get change.
Oh no, I didn't live in your neighborhood.
Man, what a day, I'll tell you.
What a day.
Imagine, with it being the new year and all, anything's possible. What do you, random thought, if you're to win the lottery this year, what's the first thing you buy? And now, okay, I know you. So before you answer,
hold on. Let's explain for the people. What does that mean? You know me. What do you
because
think?
I know you're very thrifty. You're very thrifty, and you're an advocate for saving as much as possible. So I'm gonna say, without outside of saving and just one item that you would buy for yourself as a luxury, something you want to enjoy for you, not for the family, not for the kids, but for yourself.
For me, if I had to buy one thing right now,
and this is with lottery money, so it's totally free money. You don't have to. It's not costing.
Yeah, so and you're right. I am a big advocate for kind of saving and being thrifty right now. Whereas before, like I would spend money like it was crazy. But if I had to, like if I had just the money and somebody's like, hey, tax free, buy yourself something, I'd probably buy me a 2022 Corvette. I don't need anything over the top, nothing major, like just for myself. Now, my real answer would be I would buy a bigger house with some land and some property, but like to your definition, that's more of for the family right, versus just for me. But if I had to buy myself a toy, it would probably be one of the new Corvettes right now.
Really? Huh. I kind of didn't expect that.
What did you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it'd be more something for your house, like something that you want to do, like maybe get a pool or something, I
would consider all that for family. Like if it was just for me, just for, nobody can drive it, nobody can, whatever, that would just be a Corvette. Now, would I do that right now? No. If I won the lottery, I absolutely would buy a Corvette. But if somebody forced me to buy myself a gift, that's what it would be. I would definitely buy a lot bigger house with some property. My goal is to live somewhere in the backwoods of fucking Tennessee or Virginia with like 400 acres and no neighbors, to where I have to say, hey, honey, let's go into town and get some milk. That's the kind of that's what I want. Like, I don't want to be around people. Like, I want to get away from all the stupid people in the world. And then from there, I would open up a nonprofit organization to kind of help homeless and less fortunate people. That's always been my goal. So yeah. So the Corvette wouldn't be nowhere near a thought process or idea. Now, I tell my son all the time, if he ever makes it big and professional in sports, that he's going to buy me a Corvette. Like, at the end of the day, like his money, he's working for it. He could buy me a Corvette. I wouldn't spend my money on it, but he can.
Huh. That's what I mean. For me, I'm thinking, I don't know. Because you're right. Another house would be a family thing. It's kind of tough for me then. I would say
have all the stuff that you love, like all the technology.
Right,
stuff.
Exactly. That's what I was like. Yeah, I've gotten to a point where I have the cameras that I want. There's certain cameras I would want, but I'm not going to spend $5,000 on them.
Right.
But I don't know. And then I don't know. It's really kind of hard to tell at this point.
Like it's hard to talk to anybody about money nowadays or managing it because, so for example, I have an employee that works for me, and he DoorDashed a bottle of Coke to work the other day.
Just the Coke.
Just a Coke from 7-Eleven. So the Coke was $2 and some change. He wound up spending like $12 to have a Coke delivered to work.
So was it a 20 ounce or 2 liter?
No, it was just a regular, I guess 20 ounce, like a regular bottle of soda that's like $2.69 or whatever at 7-Eleven. And then he does this a lot. He'll have a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks DoorDash, and I'm like, the coffee is like $7 from Starbucks, and then you're turning around and you're paying another $10, $12, whatever on top of that to have it delivered, DoorDash, tip, all those things into consideration. So let's say you're up to $15, $20. Do you know how much Dogecoin or Shiba coin or anything like that you can invest $20 into, and you can get 500 Dogecoin, for example, whatever the case might be, for like $20, and that can turn into $100 versus you're spending this $20 on a Coke. You're going to drink and piss out. So I try to teach people the literacy part of money and saying, look, like, does this make sense? Like, whatever the case might be.
That is like, wait a minute. So does he not drive? Like that's what
Yeah. If that was me, if I was dying that much, I'd be like, hey boss, can I
take a break?
15-minute break and grab a drink? Like and the funny part is you know where I work at, right?
Right.
You know that there's a Starbucks literally 50
Right there.
feet across from me, like
Yep.
next to me. Like even if you walk and you were Pablo, 400 pounds with a bum knee, you could probably walk to Starbucks and get back in 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
That is ridiculous.
There's no way I'm spending 15-20 bucks for something that I can take 2 minutes to walk across the parking lot for, get it, and come right back.
That is ridiculous. Wow.
But again, like people manage their money differently, and I wouldn't do. I've never used DoorDash, Grubhub, or any of those, because the first time I ever tried to use it, it was like I tried to order Friendly's ice cream, and it was like the ice cream was like $7, and it was like
almost
$12. Yeah, it was like 20. I'm like, what? I can drive my lazy ass right up the street to Friendly's and get it myself. Like, I'm not spending double of something just because I want to be lazy. And that's what's wrong with society right now, is like the convenience factor is taking over. And then you have people looking like, no offense to CDOT, but she's putting on some pounds right now from sitting home. Pablo putting on some pounds right now from sitting home. Like, I don't want to be them. America doesn't want to be them.
That is ludicrous. That is ludicrous.
You look at you. You're looking fantastic, Phil. You look like you've lost some weight.
Oh, I have. I'm actually down 20 pounds. So yeah.
See,
by
look at that.
I'll be doing the show shirtless by summer.
You can do your mankini if you wanted to and feel comfortable in your skin right now, because the hips don't lie. You can tell they're smaller.
That is ludicrous, man. I tell you, I see, people at work, like, I think a lot of folks, I guess the people I work with are a lot older, so they'll either bring lunch or they'll go and actually pick up lunch, but that's crazy, huh?
And I'll be the first to tell you that, like, recently, like, I've been slacking on the taking lunch and saving money, because new location, new everything, like, you just, whatever. There's days I haven't even gotten lunch recently, but even with that though, like, I was spending, true story, because I never tell lies on here. I looked at my bank account, and 1 month I spent over $900 eating out in just 1 month.
Jesus.
So then you look at that and you're like, I spend $80 to $100. Me and Junior went to Sakura the other night, and it was like $100 just to eat there. But then you think about that $100 will buy you lunch all week for work and dinner, at the grocery store, if you're just not lazy enough to, to actually cook it or whatever the case might be. So then I look at things like that, and, I just got to get in the routine of, now that I'm getting up earlier to, for work, whatever the case might be, I just got to stop being lazy myself and get back into that groove.
Dang, I'll tell you.
Until they open that Boston market. Once they open that Boston market, I'm probably going to be there every day.
You'll get tired of it real quick. The menu at Boston, the Boston market menu doesn't change much.
But see, that's where, like, I'm a cornbread lover. Like, the other day I went to Mission Barbecue right there. Literally, I ordered like 6 pieces of cornbread, and the guy I was with was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I like cornbread. Like, that's my weakness." So I ate the cornbread, and I go up to get 2 more pieces, and the manager there looks at me like, he's like, "Bro, don't worry about paying. I got you." He was like, "You must like the cornbread." I'm like, "I'm a cornbread lover. I go to Glory Days, and like, I'm like, give me like 4 or 5 slices of cornbread. Like, it's my weakness." So Boston Market has the best cornbread. Like, I can just go there for lunch all day and just eat cornbread.
Like cake. Yeah, man. What you call them? Oh, wait a minute. In the chat, did you see chat?
Let's see.
C-Dot says she's getting fat because of fried spaghetti.
Oh, I was looking at the incorrect wording that King Kong put. I lost weight. Thank you. I think that's supposed to be LOST, not LOSS. Like, sorry for your loss, Pablo.
Sorry for your loss of the weight.
Sorry for your loss of the weight. The weight died.
Oh my
Now,
God, that's
now
there.
see, that I said Granny's. Now, is that Granny's over there in Owens Mills?
Yeah, that place. Now, their cornbread is okay, except for the fact that it has corn in it. That is where I draw
Yeah.
the line. That is
That's where it throws me off because I ate there. I took my team there. I think it was the year before last for Christmas dinner. And I got like I think it was the smothered pork chops I got there, whatever the case might be. I wasn't too impressed, you know. The service, the girl that I talked to at the counter when I was taking care of everything, she was cool, you know, whatever.
yeah.
But
They
I guess
usually they usually are.
you know, Christmas time, busy, they're just pushing out plates. You know, the food wasn't warm. It was kind of like coldish, whatever.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, like lukewarm. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't impressed, but I'm pretty sure I did get the cornbread now that you mentioned it actually had corn in it. And it just I'm not like
yeah,
that.
that's such a turn off.
I'm old school. Like if I look at my pantry right now, you remember those dollar boxes of cornbread mix that you used to get at
The ones like this size, the small
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
I still
The
have
blue?
them too in my pantry. Like it's just a weakness for me. Like I don't know what it is. Like I just love cornbread.
Wow. Yeah,
So I'll be over there eating up all the cornbread.
So you be the oh my gosh, back in the day, people y'all don't have any more can I get some fresh cornbread? Oh my God.
They're gonna be like, call the police, this fat ass fucker
Right.
won't leave. Like he's eating up all the cornbread.
I thought the cornbread was all you could eat. Like, no.
So it's funny because like those
That
kind
is
of things are
horrible.
like, you know, it pisses you off when like you want so like me and Junior go to all you can eat sushi out here.
It's Jiffy cornbread is the cornbread.
Yes, the
we're talking
Jiffy.
about.
Yep. Jiffy. Yep. I got boxes of Jiffy in my pantry. So we go out to this all you can eat place where you know you didn't come with us. C Dot and Pablo been there with me once, and so you can get crab sticks, which right now are pretty expensive for sushi places because all the prices are going up and everything. So it's real expensive for just something as dumb as crab sticks. So me and him, we always get it sashimi, which is without the rice, because normally they'll put the crab stick on a piece of ball of rice, wrap it, and give it to you. And then you
That's
get
real
filled
fancy.
up on yeah, fancy. Fuck the fancy shit. I don't want the rice. I don't want to get filled up on it. So like I literally, me and him ordered like 8 orders of just a crab stick with the rest of our stuff. So we got like this big plate. So I guess they got tired of us eating up all their crab sticks because they're so expensive. So
Were they fried crab sticks like that or just
they're raw, they're not fried.
okay, go ahead.
But they're you know, it's like the crab stuff that you see at the grocery store, the red and white imitation. Yeah, so these guys gave us a whole bunch of sushi style wrapped on rolls. So me and him picked off the crab stick, ate that, and put all the rice. So the sushi chefs were like talking mad shit about us in their language. Boy, you should have saw Junior's face when I like said something to him, because I'm like, what the fuck is the problem? Like, we never ordered it the way you gave us. You fucked up the order. Now you sitting here talking shit about us because we wasted all this rice. You could tell they were talking shit. So then the manager comes over and I'm like,
he said, oh, so sorry.
Yeah, like he's like, no problem. No. I was like, clearly it's a problem because we're sitting at the sushi bar. It's not like we're at a table. They're sitting like 12 inches. They're standing like 12 inches from us, talking shit about us, pointing at the big ball of rice that Junior done piled up into a big ball and put on his plate. And they're like talking shit. So like, clearly I need to say something. So I do. And like after that, it just turned me off about the place because I'm just like, you know, you guys, I get it. You're trying to save and trying to fill us up with the rice so we don't eat up all your shit. But at the same time, if you don't want people to eat up all your shit, don't have all you can eat.
Exactly.
Take it off the menu.
That is get mad. Oh my God. Get mad over someone eating up everything that all you can eat. Crab stick. I'm not a fan of crabs like at all. Like any style, fried, whatever. Same.
But so here's the thing though. So a lot of people don't know because Pablo called me a meathead, but you know, here's a smart fact I'm about to share with people. So that imitation crab that's at the store and that the crab sticks at the sushi places is not crab. It's a whole bunch of pureed different kind of fish that they just
seasoned to taste like it.
Put it all together, kind of like sausage, you know,
or like chicken nuggets, like chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Put it all together, different kind of fish, and say it's crab stick, but it's really fish. Boom, Pablo.
That is gross.
That's just another fun fact on why I'm the champ at Are You Smarter Than Best Friend? All I can say.
Oh my God, man. Oh, let's see. Is there anything else that late breaking news. Brock Lesnar is the WWE champion for anyone who didn't get to
Did
see
you
the
really
show.
not think that was going to happen?
I really it's hard to say. Like, I was torn because I'm like, okay, are they really gonna take it off Big E that fast? I figured him.
And it's funny because he's been feuding with Roman Reigns, and then they give him the other belt.
Exactly. So I'm wondering, are they gonna have a unification match? Like,
no, because you have two different brands. They can't do that.
I mean, but they don't have enough people nowadays to keep both.
And now that
brands
Roman
running.
tested positive for COVID, he can't obviously be there tonight. So they probably changed this. I don't think maybe Brock was supposed to win the night. I think it was, leave Brock in the thing for Roman, but then
Roman.
You know how Vince is. He'll change something 2 minutes before showtime. And be like, okay, change your plans. Phil Roy, you're going over tonight. And you're like, what? I didn't even bring trunks.
Right. Poor Big E. Man, that sucks. Because there's no way Big E is going to beat Brock for that belt. Like,
nope.
Poor guy. Gosh, man. Like,
so now what are they going to do with the feud with Roman?
Right. That's what I said. I think it's going to be a unification match whenever Roman can come back, and they're going to go for one belt because they've done fired so many people. You can't really continue 2 shows. Like,
you see how small Brock is now that you can tell he's been off roids for 6 months to a year.
Freaking ridiculous, man. And because they're doing one unification match on NXT, to get rid of the cruiserweight belt. So I have a feeling they're gonna get rid of all that again.
But the problem is, and this is what I hate about Vince McMahon and WWE, because growing up, and everybody knows I was pretty poor, and I remember going to there's a steel cage match downtown where the Samoan SWAT team was in the steel cage match, and so we were poor, we couldn't do shit. So when we got to do something like that, that was a big deal. But when you have people paying their money to go to things like that, and then your champ isn't there, like what are we buying a ticket for? Like, It fucking drives me crazy. And I was the biggest LeBron fan up until recently. Like now I'm starting to just be like, fuck LeBron. But like, you have people that spend hundreds of dollars for one ticket. So like when I took Junior to see LeBron play in DC, and it was like $200 and some per ticket, So I'm spending like, So it was like $500 just for tickets. Then you're paying for parking, food, whatever. And then you get there, and luckily LeBron played that day, but he didn't dunk the ball one time. You want to see LeBron dunk the ball? No dunks. But there's people paying $500, and then LeBron sits out that game.
Wow.
Like, how would you feel if you saved up your money and to take your kid's dream was to see LeBron? You save up all year, you buy that ticket, you get there, and they're like, LeBron's sitting out this game.
It's funny. I've never thought about that. Like when it comes to basketball, things like that. I never realized that. Like, that's always a possibility.
And that's one thing. Like, I never liked Kobe, and Pablo and all would tell you, like, I hated Kobe, the ball player. But the stories you hear, like, Kobe played. He wanted to play every game because he came out and said, "What about those kids that paid to see me that day?" Like, I think the new people. This new generation, I know LeBron's
they just want to get paid for nothing. They don't care.
They want to get paid, they just want to sit out and be like, I got to sit out. Like last year, LeBron sat out almost a half a year because he hurt his toe or his ankle, whatever the case might be. Like, really? Like, I can tell you growing up, I played football, baseball, basketball, a bum ankle, sore like this, that, whatever, because you play for the love.
Right.
Not the money.
It's funny. I think nowadays a lot of folks, like, even when it comes to wrestling and stuff like that, it's all about the money. Where it's like, you'll work, they'll kill themselves working hard in like ROH and things like that. And once they get to WWE, they're like, okay, time to sit back. I've made it, so I have a contract. I'm gonna sit back.
They like, I want a lighter schedule.
Right, exactly. It's like they
like look at Daniel Bryan right now. Daniel Bryan. He's like, I want a later schedule. CM Punk, I want a later schedule. Yeah. For people like that, like, fuck you on your later schedule. Like, you haven't earned that. Like Sting, the man's 65 years old, whatever the case might be. Like, if he wants to do a later schedule, let him do a later schedule. But at the end of the day, it's like, once you get money, like it's just crazy. Like 2 days ago, Thursday, I had a guy, and he put $10 million check. He brought in a $10 million check and had the worst attitude in the world. And I'm like, does money make you like an asshole? Like, does money make you change your ways of thinking? Like,
it makes you feel like people owe you like nothing's good enough for you.
And I'm sure because you have money.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. We have a I don't even know if this thing still around, but we were working with a guy, okay, from a very well known radio show and TV show. He's not like the star, but he's like really close with the star. I'll tell you off air. But yeah, this guy, he's trying to get a new, I don't even know how to say it. Okay, he's trying to work with us. Right? And in the midst of all this, the guy decides, we tell everyone, don't start anything new, don't start any new accounts or anything like that. This dude decides to go get a truck. And the payment is like, what was it, 12? I want to say, no, maybe like $1,500, maybe like $1,500 a month payment. Okay. And his DTI was already like, blown out. Like, so that just added to it. I don't think we were able to ever, finish his file, but it's like, man, I mean, he was nice enough, but at the same time, it's like, come on, if we're telling you don't do this and you still go ahead and do it, then yeah.
Because I feel like, people, it's unfortunate that money talks a lot of times, like, and I remember when I was the manager at the Blue Box, like literally, I remember, I tell the story all the time. This guy came in and he was trying to he was having an issue with his Magnolia purchase.
Yeah.
And he basically tells me after they, I guess he's yelling at one of my employees. They get a manager. He tells me, if you don't fix this problem, I'm returning everything. And it was $10,000 purchase. And I was like, okay, let's go up front and we'll return it. And he was like, I don't want to return it. I want to fix. I'm like, no, we're going to return it. I was like, you just said to return it. He was like, nah, I don't want to return it. I just want you to fix it. I'm like, but you said that you were going to return it. I was like, for me, I don't care if you spend $10,000 or $10. I'm going to treat you the same. But once you start telling me how much you spent and what you've done, and if I don't do something, this is what you're going to do. In my mind, I'm already saying, one, fuck you. Yeah. And then two, okay, let's return it. And like, he got to the point where he was like, no, I don't want to return it. I just want to get it fixed. Okay, well, don't ever come in here and be like, if you don't do something, I'm going to return it, because I'm gonna pull your card on it. And I don't give a shit. Like, let's take banks, for example. People come in the banks and they're like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna close my account. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Like, people think back in the day that used to matter to banks. Oh my God, if we lose an account, we can't lose accounts, whatever. That's not how it works nowadays.
Yep.
In 2021, 19, 18, 17, 16, like, that's not how it works. If you lose an account, you lose an account. The banks aren't paying people or holding them accountable or doing things to, if Phil worries the manager saying, Phil, you lost an account this month, you're going to get fired. That's not how it works. If you fucking close your account, you close your account. I don't give a fuck. Close it.
Yep.
So, like, stop doing that. Like,
I mean, yes,
2022, stop being an asshole because you got money.
Same thing like when people come to stores, like, I'll never come here again. Like, okay, there's 50 billion other people still coming in here.
Right. And I try to, like, I never try to complain about anything in stores unless it's bad. Like, so a couple of days ago, I did yell at this girl pretty bad because this is the only place that I've been to that actually sells breaded wings now. Like, all the other places I used to go to stopped selling breaded wings. They sell regular wings. And, I love the breaded wings more. So I call, and like, I've already had an issue once with this place. And so I call, and the girl's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm like, don't fuck this up. I was like, they messed it up before. And you ever get in the mood where you want something, you have that taste for it, and you really like, you just gotta scratch that itch. So like, I'm like, where's the mom at that works here? Like, she always gets it right. Oh, she's not here. But this, like, for like 5 minutes, I'm like, are you sure? Yep, got it. I go there, come home. I'm like, yeah, I want to catch up on season 2 of Skinwalker Ranch. And like, I'm just starting to watch like stuff like this. So I'm really like excited. I get home. This bitch gave me some regular, just fried, no sauce, no nothing. She just fried some wings, didn't put no sauce, no seasoning, no. It was the whitest, blandest fucking wings in the world. So I just had it. So I called her up and like I'm giving her the blues over the phone. And like she's like, I'll credit you. And I'm like, it's not about the fucking money. Like, I don't care. I don't want a credit. Like I'm telling her, she's like, I'll just give you a credit. No, I don't want your credit. Just listen to me. I want to bitch. I want to complain. I want you to listen. That's what I want. And I was like, it's the fact that I just want to have a good meal. Like I've been waiting all day. I was like, oh, I want to catch up on this season. Now that I found it, I just want to eat these wings. And, you know, Junior wasn't here. Nobody's here. I just have my alone time. I just wanted to fucking have my meal. So, but to say that is, I gave her the blues, but yet I went back the next day because I was like, let's see if they get it right. And I gave them another chance, you know, to do it. And like I walk in and like every cook there, like there's 4 of them, and the guy working the counter, they call the owner. That's how bad I gave it to the girl. Is I guess the girl told the owners and everybody about it. So then the owner is not even there. Like while I'm waiting for my wings to cook, the owner comes in with his brother. I was like, "You're the guy from last night." Absolutely, I am. And he's like, you know, I'm like, okay, so you come in here with your brother, like you're about to like try to give it to me or something.
They're gonna take you out back.
Right. So then he starts off by saying, you might have to find a new place. I thought he was going to tell me like I can't do business there anymore. But he was like, you know, you might have to find a new place to get these because I don't know if I'll be able to continue to get them because of supply chain order issues or whatever. But like I was like, look, I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing, but like I have no problem paying for anything. I just want my meal right. Like if I'm paying for your meal, like just give it to me the way I want it. Like
right.
You know, and like so then he's being all nice, but then you know, like all the cooks are standing back there like waiting for
something to happen.
Waiting for something to happen. And I'm like, bro, like I'm not trying to make it that serious, but if it would have, like I would have beat this dude's ass in a heartbeat. Like this dude's like 65-year-old owner brings his brother in there. It's probably like 40, like whatever, bro. Like you're not doing shit. Like I would have beat you and your cooks up at the same time.
I think he probably brought the brother because he thought you were gonna be aggressive.
Right. But like no, I was just mad because like I'll pay for anything. I'm not paying for DoorDash, but I'll pay for the meal. I'll pay for what I want to eat. Like I hate when I go places and I order something and they're like, oh, shrimp fried rice is going to be extra $2. You know, every time somebody tells me that, I'm like, oh, you know what? I just got paid, so I think I can afford it this week. You know, don't hit me with
like you think like, oh, you can't afford it, right? Like
right, like I'm ordering shrimp fried rice. Give me my fucking shrimp fried rice. Right. Don't say, oh, it's going to be extra $2. Like blah, blah, blah. Like, is that okay? Like, yes, I just give me my goddamn food.
Or when they say you can't, really? I'm looking at a picture that popped up in our group chat.
Oh,
apparently comparing me to Red Man, I think that is. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of like when you go somewhere and you get an orange juice and they say, oh, you know, that's not a free refill. Like that kills me.
Like they did the CDOT. We want the wild.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Right. And they're like, that's not free refills. I'm looking at them like, you know, good thing it was, you know, black on black there, because if that would have been a white person, then we could have like took it a different way. But
right, exactly.
Like they're like, just so you know, these aren't free refills. And she's like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, she just said like my pineapple juice.
Right, exactly.
Be like, is that what I asked? Like, what the
you know, and I get it. Like, you know, I'm sure there's some asshole out there that's like, I didn't know shrimp fried rice was extra. I didn't know blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not paying for that. Like, I get it. Like, people fuck things up for the world, but like
they probably had it so many times. They're like, you know what, screw it. I'm just
like at the end of the day, like, I'm not that person. Like, you know, I'll give you another chance. I'll, you know, whatever. Like, just like, I was so disappointed because like I was super excited when I found out there was another season and I had the house all alone and I'm like, I can come home. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not doing shit. I'm just going. I took the wings to my bed and I was like, I'm going in my bedroom and I'm going to watch TV with the fucking doors closed. Nobody's home. Just sit in my underwear, eat some wings and watch TV. And the whole thing was fucked up with the whitest, blandest, nastiest fried wings in the world.
I had some wings like that. I'm trying to remember where I was. So I had that, and I was like, oh, I was shocked.
it literally made me think of how, like, you know, everybody makes fun of white people for not seasoning their meat. And I was like, this bitch purposely
This is a
did this.
perfect example.
Like, I'm like, I was so fucking pissed.
He was like, oh, he's not going to know this. This is how he likes it anyway.
Right. Like, when they messed up before, I just let it slide. But then this time, like, it just set me off. I was like, whatever. She's about to catch it.
Totally ruined it. Oh, I know that feeling. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Was there anything else on the menu? Nothing else. Huh. Okay.
Well, I think this was a very good, productive,
Very productive. Very
second
productive.
episode of Tmoia 2.0.
Very productive. Once again,
This could be the last episode. Rest in peace, Betty White.
exactly. She
Did
will
you
be
get
missed.
You got to put up the other picture. The one that I posted on, no, the one that I posted in the group chat saying she could get it.
Oh, shut up. Let me get that.
Betty White was a very attractive woman back in the 40s and 50s. And you know, they didn't shave or take care of their hair hygiene back then, but she could have got it.
But you know, you talking 1954, right? Not that one.
I posted it on my Instagram too.
That's, you know, it's so crazy. Like, you know, before we go, it's a good point you brought that about, you know, back in the day. There's very few women that their beauty, you could say, would transcend time. She's one of them. Like her back then and now would be like, oh, you know, hot. Have you ever watched Planet of the Apes? The original one.
The original, yes. Original, yes.
The original with Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a girl on there. I think he called her Nova. I think her name was Nova. Yeah. I gotta find a picture of her. She would be hot in no matter what time period. I was like, oh my gosh.
But that's just like, you know, and the thing is, like, so Betty White, obviously, you know, I don't know what she had surgically done over the years, but I feel like she aged pretty good versus somebody like a Madonna and Cher, who are both like 70 years old and they look like they're 30 because they have so much work done on a regular basis, you know, which I don't think they were super, super attractive back in their younger years. They were attractive, but it's funny when you see these older women now that's like 80, 90 years old, you always see these old pictures of them. They all look like pinup models. You're like, man, like back in the day, like back in the 40s, 50s, you ladies were getting it.
Right. Check this out.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
No, yeah. She played Nova on Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston. Like, I mean, it was like, right.
She got that Philroy hips.
It was to the point, like, after I saw the movie the first time, I actually had to go look her up. Like, what? Like who is this? You know? Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. And I guess, you know, and she looked real dirty in Planet of the Apes, so that was kind of like added to it. But you know.
It's just crazy how, you know, like, look at me, like I'm pretty good looking right now, but in 50 years, people are never going to look at me and be like, that guy was probably smoking hot back in the day. But I was.
They just look you up on YouTube.
Yeah, look me up on YouTube. Look at all these pictures and videos, and you're like, man, homeboy could get it.
Man, I'll tell you.
All right, as we sign off, Philroy, as Pablo would say, you got anything for the people?
Like I said last time, I think it was last time. Yeah, try something new in 2022.
So what that means is Philroy is going to try, him and Pablo are going to try out a relationship together.
Not so much.
So try something new. So the next episode that we do, you should do it without a skull cap on or any type of do-rag or anything. Let us see your.
That's
your
a good
hair.
idea. Let's do that. It's been a while since I've gone topless. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I'd much rather see you topless that way than with no shirt on for the episode that you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll try. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay. So next episode, people, you heard it here first. No surprises. P Dot is going to go topless for the world to see. So tune in if you want to see that P Dot topless.
How about everybody go topless? That means no head wraps, no caps, no fedoras.
Fix my eyebrows right here for us. Okay.
There you go.
So I'm always willing to go topless, but C Dot always tells me to keep my clothes on.
I think we should. Yeah, let's do that. Let's all topless for 2022.
Boom. There we go. All right, people. So in the words of Pablo, fuck them. And then C Dot, she gonna go topless with her little locks too. So new episodes January 9th starting up. Thanks.
Wait, is that the 9th? That's the 9th, right? That's the 9th?
Yeah, the 9th, right? Is that today's the
A week from
first?
yeah. 7 days.
March
Yeah.
the 9th.
Yeah.
Yep. 7 plus 2 is 9. Yep.
Yeah,
Basic
yeah.
math. All right. Thanks again for the show. I appreciate your time. Everybody have a good, safe new year. Rest in peace, Betty White.
Indeed. We'll be back next week. Back to regular. Back to normal.
What is normal? 4 of us?
4 of us.
Just the 4 of us?
Just the 4 of us.
Three's company.
Yep, indeed. Well, see you guys later. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and yeah. Peace out. Oops. Did I hit the right thing?
It said record and stop.
Oops. Nope. Wrong thing. Wrong button.